All right, so this is the DSM. So the DSM is essentially the operating system, what you're seeing right here on the screen, the graphical user interface, which is used by the Synology NAS products. Now you've got obviously the front end, which is what you see right here, which is the nice icons and all of the, essentially looks a little bit like when you're familiar with Windows or with the Mac or something like that, the operating system. And of course, in the back end of that, you've got all of your code, and that's all, of course, all written in a Unix Linux backend. And you can then SSH and actually access the command line if you so want to as well. There is a future video where we'll show you how to enable SSH so you can actually log in to the back end of this. But this is, of course, the front end. This is the portal. This is what you're actually seeing when you log into your Synology NAS for the first time. After it's been configured, after it's ready to use, this is essentially what you'll see. So we're going to just give you a little bit of an overview of what this looks like, some of the basic features. But of course, as the videos progress, we're going to go into a lot more detail around the specifics and showing you some of the applications and some of the functions and some of the configuration that you can do within DSM. So if you are seeing or hearing me say DSM, we're referring to what you're seeing right here, which is us logging in to our Synology NAS. Now, straight away, we just presented with a nice background, a nice wallpaper, and on the right you've got these things called widgets. All right, you can move these things around. You can add additional widgets, right? Different sorts of things if you want to see additional health, other information that is relevant to your Synology NAS. You can minimize this. You can make it bigger by clicking on this very top right-hand corner button up here. So that is the widgets, and the great thing is you can move these around and you can get additional information that helps you see at a glance the health of your Synology NAS, which is really, really good. You've also got a little search on the very top right, the same as search that you'd find on a Windows or on a Mac computer, where you can essentially search your Synology NAS. You can actually look for things right from there, which is good. Little person right here, you can actually see the admin user that is logged into the NAS, and you can see some further information that is relevant around that particular user. You can also restart and shut down your NAS right from here. Of course, I recommend that you do restart and shut it down safely. Don't just pull the plug. Don't just push the reset button on the front of or the back of your Synology NAS. You want to do it safely, and that's the options that you do use for that. You'll see a bit more information about this particular DSM. All right, you see right there, it says, is a dedicated operating system for Synology products developed and owned by Synology. DSM brings comprehensive storage solutions, flexible backup strategies, smarter multimedia management, and much more to your fingertips. Great, there you go. And then you can also sign out right from there. And of course, I generally recommend that you do use that sign out if you want to sign out of your NAS. Right, then there's some notifications. If you want to see some stuff around some things that you should be aware of on your Synology NAS, then that is where you can see some notifications. And of course, you can clear them, you can show them all, you can expand them if you want to see a little bit more information specifically around those notifications. So there you've got the taskbar on the top right-hand corner, and then obviously your widgets right there. Then on the left, we've got a whole bunch of our icons. So these are icons that are, some of them pre-installed. So for example, Package Center, Control Panel, File Station, DSM Help. Those four generally will always be on there when you first configure and set up your NAS. And then as you install applications, you'll find that others can be added onto your desktop right here. So that is that. Now on the top left-hand corner, very similar to on a Windows computer, you've got a start menu that you can click on and you get access to a whole bunch of stuff. And this is really the area where you see all these other applications that are installed on your NAS. These are not only apps, but they're also configuration options where you can go and actually do a lot more. And of course, very similar to on a Windows or on a Mac, you've got icons on your desktop, but then you've also got icons right on here that can actually access the same thing. So you'll see that Control Panel is on here, but it's also listed on here. Now what I could do, for example, is if I have this universal search, I could right click on this and I can say Add to Desktop. And then that adds that to the desktop right there, okay? And then I can right click on it and I can remove shortcut, but it's still visible from within here. So very easily you can control all of your apps from here, or you can right click on them and actually get them put into the desktop itself. And there's really not too much more to it from that. I mean, we are going to go into a lot more detail in future videos, but in summary, you've really got your widgets, you've got your taskbar on the top right-hand corner, You've then got your icons on the left that actually let you open up things such as the package center, the control panel. You just click on the icon and that will open it up, and then you can just close it. You got the top right hand corner, little cross. You got the full screen. You got minimize. Right, very much the same as you will on a Windows or a Mac operating system. And then you've got access to all this other information right in here where you can easily add and remove the icons. You can grab them, drag them along. If you want to relocate where these things are located, you can do all of that right from there. So there's really not too much to it from there. Once you're done, you literally click on your little person over here and you can click on sign out, and that will then sign you out of your Synology NAS. So that is a bit of an overview around the DSM operating system for your Synology.